everyone hear me okay? How's it going? Welcome to another episode of Painting with Rashelle Squidworx live on Twitch. Great to see you guys here. We've already got some people in the chat room. Hello to my wonderful hubby, Mr. Squidworx, Al Harrington, another TV viewer, M Bam Glam, and Caxi PS06. I'm hoping I'm saying that I don't know correctly. Sometimes some handles are difficult. Let's get some tunes starting. Let me know if the tunes at any point are too quiet or too loud. We can always adjust things accordingly. And hopefully you guys hear me okay. Once again, speak up in the chat. Al Harrington, longtime fan, first time Twitcher, you say. Welcome. Is this someone I know in IRL, real life here? If so, please let me know who you are. And like the song says, ready to go. Of course, if you've already been tuning into this live show, this chat, and the painting and everything, you already know that the taste in music for me is quite eclectic. Oh, Gary, it's you. Thanks for tuning in, Gary. I always get so excited when there's someone new that tunes in, but of course I'm just as excited, obviously, for anyone to keep coming back. Regulars are the best. I mean, it's what keeps the channel going. So thanks, guys. So hope you guys enjoy the tunes. Every week I'm really trying to come up with a totally new playlist all over the place. We've spanning across multiple decades from 60s to now. So I hope you guys are going to enjoy it. I've done some little tweaks here and there to the channel layout. If you haven't been here before, then you might not notice it. But if you have seen it before, I've been sort of progressing from week to week to try and get things a little bit more organized, better, easy to use. And if you want to check out any of my other social media platforms, they're all now listed on the screen right under. Can I there we go. Right, I'm trying to do this right there. Can you see that? Right there. It says Squidworx.com. That's my website. You can also go to the shop there and you can get prints, you can get original artwork, you can get, I don't know, maybe a mug with David from the Lost Boys on there. As I have my little beverage. Cheers, everyone. And I also have a coloring book I made many years ago that's LGBTQ plus friendly and quite XXX rated called Sex and Socks. So if you're ever interested, go check it out. I also have lots and lots of different kind of merch for sale with a lot of my art prints on society6.com /Squidworx Media, as you can see on the screen, as well as go to Instagram.com /Squidworx Media and Facebook.com /Squidworx Media, and please do follow if you haven't already. So it's great to see everyone also chatting as well in the chat together. It's great. I love this. This keeps things going. It's fun. If you don't really have much to say, but you want to show you're here and the support, you can also click on right next to the send message part. There's a little smiley face. Click on there. There's a bunch of emotes. Click on the emotes and have fun. And guess what? I'm an affiliate now. I finally reached Twitch affiliate status in just a short 4 weeks, almost under 4 weeks actually, which means you guys can now subscribe to my channel for a monthly fee, and that means you get unlocked a bunch of features like specific emotes as well, which I'm going to be adding more to the channel. I'm going to make my own, so you'll get creative, fun little ones that I'm going to put on there, and then you also can unlock bits and all kinds of stuff, cheers. You can get ad-free entertainment here, and I hope you guys subscribe. We have a new follower, How's CL. I think that might be one of my besties, Clancy. Mwah, thank you so much for joining in. I have the best, greatest family and friends. I'm so lucky here. So as I've mentioned, if you haven't already subscribed, try to subscribe, or just follow if you can't afford it. If you can, I also do accept and super appreciate tips/donations, which you can go to the main page of my channel, click on About, and there's a tip button. Will take you to a page that I customized for you guys that you can pay through PayPal, even $1. Everything helps. Everything helps to get my supplies going. So it's super appreciated. I'm just going to put in the chat here some information on how to go tip. And we've got here, I'm just going to catch up to the chat. Bear with me, guys. We've got my wonderful sister, Lainey MV. Welcome. And Smithy Fam. Welcome to you too. Nice seeing you again, lovely. It looks like the chat's quite filling up. I'm so excited. Oh, we've also got Step. One of my besties as well. I love it. I love it. It's great when I have like regulars, people that also just like really enjoy the music. So guess what? Because of Step's wonderful suggestion to me last week, I have gone and created 4 playlists so far on my YouTube channel, which I will put the link in the chat. If you go click on the link over there, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I've got playlists from every episode. So if you missed one, or if you really loved it and you really want to just jam to it, have a music video dance party in your living room, you now can. And it has all the music videos as well, which like some of them are so awesome. So definitely check it out. And yeah, so I guess like we're here for painting, we're here for chatting, we're here for the music, and I really am so excited that you guys are here. So thanks for joining us. Let's get things started here. So as you can see, I forgot to clean out my tray. I often have dried up pieces of paint over here that I have to scrape off, so I don't have a total mess. I like to pick it off. It's like kind of like almost like picking your, like as satisfying as picking your nail polish. I don't know, for people that wear nail polish and do that. Fidgety people like me, I don't know. So let's do a little recap of where we were for the last 4 weeks with painting these Matryoshka nesting dolls. So they are wooden dolls. They literally nest inside each other. And I've been doing many sets. This is now my 27th set since 2019. This is another commission from the movie Yellowbeard from 1982. Most of the cast is from Monty Python. And if you have not seen it, I do give a little actually a big content warning. Due to it being an old school British comedy, there are rape jokes, and I mean jokes as in, if you've ever seen British comedy. Oh, Caprio84 is now following. Thank you so much. But yeah, like, keep in mind that if you're sensitive, Rana, thank you so much for following. Good to see you here. This little pop-up thing I am like still trying to get used to, which is kind of cool when someone subscribes or tips or follows. That's awesome. I love it. Oh my God! Holy crap! One of my old buddies that's now, I guess, living in Texas, Drew Fox 666. Of course, it's 666. Fox, it's so good to see you. Thanks for joining in. Oh my God. I love it. And we got one of my girls, Amy, which is ahoy hoy boobs. I love it. Oh God. It's so good to see you guys all here. So yeah, this is where I started off with the set. This is the largest one. This is Yellowbeard, which is Graham Chapman from Monty Python. It's based off of a story of a pirate that got captured by the British Army for 20 years because they wanted to find out where his buried treasure was. He eventually was supposed to be let go after 20 years. They wanted his treasure, so they just went back on it. So he escaped to go find his treasure. Won't give you any more of that, but this is him when he was in prison for the 20 years. This is him when he got out. We're not 100% done with these. Mostly, I really do want to kind of fill up some of the space here with something from the background. And then we've got Madeline Kahn's character, which is Betty Yellowbeard. and that we did during the 2nd and 3rd week. And thank you for following Drew Fox 666. And then the last couple of shows, we've been also working on Lord Lamburn. Lord Lamburn is Peter Cook. You might know him as an actor, a British actor as well. So we start off with these like very basic, very basic. I just kind of do usually paint in the background, and I do a pencil drawing. Yes, that is Cheech Marin. He is one of Cheech Marin is one of the villains, and Tommy Chong is one of the other villains. And then we've got some other characters. We've got Peter Boyle, we've got Marty Feldman, and we've got, whoops, Butterfingers. We've got the tiny little one. It's Martin Hewitt. Oh, sorry, this one's Martin Hewitt, and that's Eric Idle from Monty Python as well. So these we'll be getting to later on. I normally take a week to 2 weeks, probably, a little tops, depending on how complicated the set is to do one of these, with many hours a day doing them. However, luckily the lovely friend that's commissioned me to do this set is not in a rush for them, so I'm doing them on the show, and that way you can kind of see the whole process. And once we get through this, I might continue the whole set, or I might move on to a different project. I do have another commission that's waiting in the wings of wood burning, which is called Pyrography, for a garden sign that's supposed to be pretty cheeky from one of my other besties. So let's just go into the chat here and catch up, because I know sometimes I miss things and I don't want to miss what you guys are talking about. And just let me know, like, is the music level good? Are you guys hearing things okay? Can you hear me okay? Am I too loud versus the music? Just let me know in the chat, please. And we've got Donatastic. Hi, lovely. So good to see you again here. Oh, Smithy fam, to answer your question of what shirt I'm wearing a hoodie. A Simpsons hoodie, but Simpsons, it's the Don't Have a Cow Man. Because, you know, me and Simpsons, so. Music's a little loud. Okay, I can turn that down. Hoi hoi. Let me know if that's better. I found that trying to gather the playlists on YouTube for you guys of the past shows, I was having such a hard time hearing which song was playing in the background, so this is why I'm trying to like sort of get that right level. And keep in mind, from MP3 to MP3, sometimes the recorded volumes are different, so just keep me aware, because sometimes I just sort of tune it out a little bit too. So glad. Oh yay, it's better. Good. And yes, it is a great tune. This is one of my favorite karaoke tunes, actually. So, alright. Let's get painting, right? This is what we're kind of, the main thing we're here for. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of a catch up of where we were with this one. So I said that we started really basic. We do a lot of layers. I tend to do all the basic colors, and then I build. We've also been adding, I don't know if you can quite see that, there's a sort of thinned out gold pattern going on, which we realized it's a brocade after our last chat. It's very basic. I haven't gotten into crazy details with it because it's pretty difficult this tiny. I can do it, but I'm not going to continue to work on that part today because it's a lot. Like, honestly, I kind of need to focus a bit more to do that, so doing this multitasking is a little tricky. So I'm going to continue on with a little bit more of his hair, his hat, his feather, the little like refined touch-up parts of his face and his vest, and maybe a little bit here and there. And depending on what time it is, when I finish that, I might move on to the next one. So let's go. All right. I'm not sure why you were booted out of chat, Lainey. That's kind of weird. Sorry about that. I don't know all of the total intricacies of Twitch yet. I've been trying to learn it through the whole process of this and through my friends that are on Twitch as well. Speaking of which, go to my chat, to the main page. you're going to see a bunch of buttons there that'll show you links to some of my favorite Twitch channels from friends of mine. Some of them are DJs, some of them are gamers, artists. Check them out as well. And don't forget to follow them and follow each other too. Alright, so let's get out, we can work on the vest. So we have like buttons that are supposed to go on the vest. I'm looking over at, I guess I'll show you. I'm looking at my iPad. This is one of the other setups I have. So that's what he's supposed to look like. But I'm mixing up two different outfits of his, because I like certain things from one of them and I don't like them from the other one. So I'm kind of mixing it up between that one and that one. And the quality of images, as I've mentioned in previous episodes, can be really shitty when it comes to a really old movie like this. So I have to try and do my research and figure out what's the best thing I can work with. So, all right. So let's go with the vest. I'm going to add on some buttons here, and I think I want to continue with the buttons being this muted out gold. So I'm going to mix a couple of things. As I have mentioned before, I use multiple brands of acrylics for this. My favorite ones are called Tebeo. They are from France, and they come also in tubes like this, which are a bit the higher quality ones. They mix really well. They have different consistencies depending if they come in these kind of tubes or the other ones. Liquitex is also one that I use. This one is so old. Look how old this sticker is. A lot of my stuff can be like pretty damn old. Plus, yeah, as if you'd find a tube of paint that cheap these days. I've got some like small no-name ones even, and then I've got fancy high-end Winsor & Newton ones as well. So I kind of go all over the place. I'm more so looking sometimes for the specific color. And then when it comes to consistency and quality, I can kind of work with it depending on how great it is or how shitty it is. So Liquitex tend to be very like thinned out kind of paint. So I don't often use them, but this one has a great gold. So alrighty, and I'm using these tiny little tiny brushes that have a really fine point. They have come in all kinds of sizes here, and these are actually for nail art, but they work so well for this detailed kind of painting. And this song is a request from my hubby. I hope you like it. Oh, we just got a new chat viewer in the chat room for the first time, and it's my lovely buddy Paul. He's coming all the way from Costa Rica here. So I've noticed we're getting people from around the world. Last week I had my friend from Belgium join in, so it's pretty cool. I love this. This is a great way to like reconnect with everyone. And oh, and Bam Glam, my good bestie, one of my besties. Yeah, I have quite a few of them. They're all like, have like these just awesome friends, but and Bam Glam, thank you. Yesterday was mine and my hubby's 3-year wedding anniversary, so thank you. All right, so I'm just gonna put out like a very tiny little bit of paint. As you can see, it's just so itty bitty. I hate wasting. I know I've mentioned this before, and I always will. So if you're someone that is on a budget like me, why would you want to waste a whole bunch of paint? Alrighty, getting these going. Oh, Paul, he picked like two, three tunes. The rest of it's like my doing. But he does have good taste too. Alright, so I'm going to mix the 3 colors that I've got here with the gold. The gold's just going to give it that metallic kind of look to it. And I tend to like to thin out my paints when I'm working on nesting dolls because I prefer to build in layers, right? So I actually made this a little bit dark on the yellow. We're going to lighten that up a bit with the buff titanium. Get a little bit more gold in there. Okay, and we're good. So we're going to get some buttons on his vest. There's not going to be much, right? Because his sleeve over here is covering most of them. So where it connects, there, and there, just the top half of one button there. And I think I'm going to make these pop out a little bit more too. There we go. They're not looking like, some of these are not looking super properly round. I will fix that up with the shadow later on. You can see some of them look a little less round. And for those who want a little blast from the past, it's the 80s. Anyone remember this cup? Or this character, should I say? That's my water cup. Anyone that knows me knows I'm quite nostalgic. You can't tell by the love of music. Oh wow! Oh, lots of nice viewers here. That's so awesome. I'm gonna go down the list and say hi to everyone. Of course, Mr. Squidworx, my hubby. Hello, love you. Ahoy, hoy, boobs. Welcome, girl. Al Harrington. Another TV viewer, Caprio84, Donatastic, and Bam Glam have this too, which I don't think I've seen you before. Please say hello in the chat, and Caprio84 as well, please say hello in the chat. I'm not sure who you are. If I've met you in real life, let me know who you are. If not, welcome and nice to meet you. Caxips06, I'm not sure who you are either. Please speak up in the chat. Lainey and B. Laracraft, I don't know who you are as well. Please say hello. Mickey, hello. Muldra, hello. PJ Risman, Step, and Drana. Welcome, everyone. Mr. Squidworx, you're right. I think the layers and layers of old paint on this like old school cup is keeping it in one piece still. Or maybe just the plastic from back then was way more durable and made of who knows what. Alright, so now that since I already have actually this gold out, I'm going to maybe add a little bit more to some of the spots that have the gold. Refine it a bit. The awesome hubby that I have a few years back bought me tickets to see Chromeo, the band that's playing right now in the background, and it was so awesome. They're amazing concert. Thanks again, hubby. Alright, I'm going to grab out some Black Witch. Again, I've got another brand that I've had for probably 30 years. They're Anita's acrylic tubes, and they're like, these are so ancient. But any of the ones that haven't dried out, I've obviously kept and I still use till today, and I love them. And of course, every now and then I get cat hair or dog hair in my art. Because when you have a dog and 3 cats, well, and a parrot and 2 rats, you're going to eventually get animal fur, feathers, and everything. You don't fight it after a while. Alright. And those for those who just tuned in, I was explaining earlier that since I've had so many amazing supporters over the last 4 weeks, I've reached Twitch affiliate status, which means you can now subscribe to my channel for a monthly fee. You don't have to do it as on a consistent basis. It could be a one-time thing. Every time it helps, obviously. It means I get a cut of it. I get also a cut of bits, which are like a cheer in the channel. They're almost like a little tip. Every bit that you guys put up into the channel is me getting a penny. So if you put, let's say, 50 of them, it's 50 cents, and so on, how the math goes. And you can also, obviously, as I've mentioned before, tips are super appreciated by clicking the About button in my channel and clicking on the tip button. That takes you over to that screen, and I'll also put it in the channel over there, some little instructions. I know nothing is ever expected, guys. It's just super appreciated so I can keep this going. Pay bills, you know, that kind of thing. But let's get back to painting. So, I explained before in other episodes how watering down your black allows you to make layers of shadows, shading, of detail that doesn't look harsh, and you can build on it. So you don't have to worry about making something too heavy and then you're like kind of screwed, and then you end up having to go over it with really thick layers of paints, and then it just doesn't look good anymore. It looks like you screwed up kind of thing. There we go, that's starting to look a bit better there. Oh, Lainey, you got it. Yeah. So in the channel, we've got some emotes that I've added. They're the general kind of emotes that we can pick until I actually make some of my own. But if you use them, you know, just keep the chat going, and it, you know, they're fun and they're cute. Alright, need a little more shadow going on in here. I thin it out a bit. A little shadow under his hair, because his hair is sitting over top of his coat. So we gotta give it that real look. There you go. So now it looks, you can see a little bit, it looks like his hair is actually sitting on top of his coat as opposed to being a part of his coat. And I'm just slightly going to make it a little bit stronger, the black, the closer it is to the hair. There we go. More depth. In the channel for the first time, another one of my best girls. We've got It's All About Scout. Bryn, thank you so much for joining in. Mwah. This is fantastic. I love seeing you guys all in here. It's so cool. Well, you know what? Since I've got all you guys in here, and I know a lot of you are new to the channel, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a slideshow for those who have not seen what I've been up to with these nesting dolls for a long while. Have a look. And oh, Lainey, thank you for subscribing. Wow, that's so awesome. You get to lock a bunch of new fun features, and you're like pretty much, other than probably my best supporter, you're the best. Thank you. All right, so here's my nesting dolls, ones I've done for the last few years. You can check them out at the slideshow, and then I'm going to show you a couple other things here and there. Alrighty, so enjoy.
Mana-mana. Mana-mana. Mana-mana.
Hope you guys like that. And hello to Parrots, my father. Thanks for joining in again. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but because I've done, like, I spend most of my life with bangs, but I let them grow out lately a lot, and then I cut them again, and I got bangs! I have bangs now. I had to do that. Oh my god. Alright, oh, let's get the tunes back on. There we go. Oh, and my way too generous sister sent me another tip. Thank you so much, Lainey. Love you. Alrighty, so let's go back to the painting as we were doing before. I'm working on more shadows, more layers. I added some buttons, which I will now, over there, I'm now going to give a little bit of contouring to them, a little shadow. Make it look like it's sitting on top of the coat as opposed to a part of the actual fabric. Can you hear this song all right? I'm going to turn it up just for a quick minute. Listen to the lyrics. So, yeah. For those that don't know this band, they're called, this group called Consolidated. They're from California, and they're around from 1988 to 1998. This song has always, like, really resonated with me. It's pretty controversial, but I don't give a shit. This is a song, it's anti-fascism, it's anti, pro-life, it's anti-everything that basically is saying, if you don't want a Nazi in your house, don't let one. If you don't want an abortion, don't get one. The song is called butyric acid, I can barely ever say that, which, if you don't know what that is, it's the acid that comes out of butter, it comes out of sweat, it comes out of puke, so it sounds gross because it's all about everything that's just in this world that's kind of gross. And they're saying that one of the lines is, "Are you for 86? Yes, I am, sir." If you don't know what "Are you for 86 is, it's the pill that's given to anybody that wants an abortion. There's different ways of getting an abortion. No, it's not the morning after pill or Plan B. It's totally different. It's specifically to end early term pregnancies. So that's why it's really controversial, because they're basically saying, yeah, we're for that pill. We're for women to have the rights to their bodies. We're for the anti-fascists of the world. And I think this is like such an awesome song. So if you get a chance, go look up Consolidated butyric acid. I always have a hard time saying that. And go look up the lyrics. They're really, really, really powerful. I'm just checking out in the chat over here. So, Al Harrington is saying to Hoy Hoy about needing a Beetlejuice nesting doll set. Al Harrington actually gifted Ahoy Hoy one of my favorite sets that I've ever made, which was the Nightmare Before Christmas. So much fun making that one. There were so many details and so much going on. And funny enough, I've done a Beetlejuice set, but it was on as you might have seen it on the slideshow, it was the cartoon version. And the cartoon version was purchased by my father and given as a gift to my sister Lainey for her birthday, because that was like obviously one of like our favorite cartoons as a kid. So much fun. But like I think it would be kind of really cool to do a like a movie version Beetlejuice set. Oh, I haven't done that one yet. And yes, I take commissions. So if you want a set, just email me and we'll get things going. So you can like email me at ra@squidworx.com. It's ra@squidworx.com, or you can find me through any of the social media platforms that's listed up on the screen right out in front of you. Let's turn that down a wee bit. There we go. Hopefully that's not too loud. Keep me posted, guys, on if the music's too quiet or too loud. Yes, this was picked by Mr. Squidworx, this song. Great choice. Lainey, I'm glad that you have it displayed in your bedroom on your bookshelf, the Beetlejuice cartoon set. Alright. Get the painting going. I really thin out the black. As you can see, there's lots of water in it. It's a very finely thinned out black, almost turns into a gray. As you can see, it's not heavy, and that means I can really build on shadows. So we're giving shadows from certain spots, which I'm going to do also a little bit over here, because it's going inward. But the light source is where we want to keep things pretty light still. So underneath his sleeve over here, there's no light really hitting there, so we're going to make that darker. And give a little shadow there. There you go. Really coming along. Get a little more shadow to the side of his face. You can see where it's coming along here. I gotta get some more white and stuff like that out, some more highlights, a little more creases here, over here. There we go. And for those just tuning in, don't forget, if you're enjoying the music, I have gone through the trouble of going through every single one of my episodes and my playlists and gathering all the music videos on YouTube into a playlist on my YouTube channel for you guys. So if you just go to, I'm going to put that in the chat there. There's that link there. There's my YouTube channel. You can see previous episodes that have been uploaded of Painting with Rashelle Squidworx. You can also get to my playlists of all the music that I played in previous episodes. And don't forget to subscribe when you're there, please. Alrighty. There we go. More shading. Yeah. It's coming along. Going to wet my whistle for a quick moment from my David from the Lost Boys mug, which you can get at squidworx.com/shop, including the Calculon mug from last week. Cheers, everyone. Alrighty. Just coming along. Where are we at right now? Okay, so we're for about 45 minutes into the show. I think I'm going to chat a little bit about, before the pandemic, my last art show was a horror movie fan art. So classic horror movies, like rather more so my favorite horror movies. I did a whole bunch of fan art. They were done in all different types of medium. I sold most of them. I still have a few of them for sale. I don't know if you can quite see it over there, but I have Leatherface. I've got this one over here, which I don't think I actually really want to sell because it's one of my favorites, but it's Ash. And I got a couple more on the wall over there that you can't see, but you can also get prints out of everything. You can also get some of them on the Society 6 page by going to the link that you can see on the screen right now. But I'm going to show you guys a little slideshow right now of the art I did. And the Maitlands that you just saw from Beetlejuice, that's over top of mine and my hubby's bed. I made that one for us, and it's oil painting on an IKEA panel from an old desk, or an old unit. Hope you guys like that. Let me know what you think in the chat. Give me your feedback. And we've got my wifey in the channel, I can see. DJ Shannon, everyone. Welcome her. I will give you guys a little info. Go follow her right there in the chat. Go to @DJ_Shannon on Twitch. She does every Thursday except for tonight. She's taking a little day off. And she does Sundays and other pop-ups, DJ shows of all retro music. She is the best retro DJ in this city for over 30 years. She's hot, she's talented, she's amazing. She's my wifey. So please go follow her. Mwah, mwah, mwah. And there, that, my dears, if you look in the chat right now, is how you use some awesome emotes. Which I actually made an emote for Shannon's channel a while back. So I gotta make myself some too, right? Let's have a look. Let's see who's in the channel now again. So let's just go through this again and say hi to everybody. I'll go a little quickly through the list. It looks like we've got a few new people. So Mr. Squidworx, Al Harrington, another TV viewer, Caprio84, Commander Root, Cubit, DJ Shannon, Donatastic, M Bam Glam, It's All About Scout, Eleni MB, Lara Craft, Me B, Muldra, Parrots Marco, Step, and Lana. Welcome everybody. If you haven't said hello in the chat, please say hi in the chat. And just remember, guys, hopefully you're all hearing me right now. I'm not on mute because guess what? If you have the channel on mute, it doesn't count as a view for me. So please keep everything off of mute. If you need to just have it in the background and you want to mute it, mute your computer, mute your phone. So, oh, Shannon, thanks for the cheer. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I love these little pop-ups. They're great. I never miss them. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much, my love. All right, let's get back to some painting. So, I think I want to move on to some more white. White really gives us more of the highlights going on. It really brings other parts out. And we're at the point where this is like sort of almost reaching the level of completion as the other ones. So I can show you where we're at with the other ones, right? So this is what they look like when they're almost all done. I'm going to do what I tend to do with a lot of my pieces. I give them a little, almost like a glow outline, and it really kind of defines it. I do first with like a black, like a really thin layer of black, and then another color of sorts. And it makes it just sort of pop off of the background. I will be adding maybe a little bit of shadow in the background as well. So this is where everything starts to come together when I get those parts done. But I'm gonna leave that background stuff for the end when I'm done all of the foreground on all of them. I got another first-time chat viewer, Dragknock29. Hello. I'm not sure if I know who you are. Let me know who you are if I know you in real life. If not, welcome and nice to meet you. Oh, and Mickey McClancy, thank you so much for the heart. Mwah. Oh, and a little inside sort of joke with Mickey in the chat. We always make fun of people that get bad bangs. Like, for example, Courtney Cox in Scream 3. Worst bangs in the world. They look like they went through a lawnmower. But I've had bangs most of my life, and I actually kind of feel weird without them, but I let them grow for a while, and I gave myself bangs again. So, I got bangs! I have bangs now. Dragknot, I know who you are. I'm probably, but not by your handle, so let me know who you are. I also realize, like, when I'm doing this show, I miss like all kinds of chats going on my phone and stuff, so I never really I never really see everything going on, and there's so much happening. Alright, we're good. Sorry about that, guys. Every now and then I have to check things out. Let's get to some white highlights. I've thinned out my white, and now I'm going to... Yeah, okay. So, it's kind of hard with taking two different images and trying to blend them together. The details don't always come out the way you... Not that you want, but the way the photo shows. Because these are such old images from 1982, it's really hard to find high res. So I kind of have to work with it. Sometimes I have to improvise and create where I know, let's say, a light source is. So for example, in the eyes, you know, when you're in your eye, like for example, the light's hitting me over here, you're gonna see the little white dot that looks like that shiny bit in our eyes. Well, we gotta add that because that really adds life to somebody and makes it look more realistic. So because he's looking, let's put it there, because he's looking on an angle more like that, I'm gonna say from the white highlights here and in his hair and everything, it looks like the light source is coming down this way. So I'm gonna do tiny, keep my brush very steady. Oh, it's not wet enough. All right. Very, very tiny little dots. Oh, like, make it wet enough. There we go. I don't know if you can quite, let me get this to focus. Can you see that? Can't get it too close, but, yeah, I don't know how much you can see it from here, but it really does make a difference, I promise. You might not be able to see all the details I want you to see throughout the screen, but, Mickey, yes, hashtag bangs. I got bangs. Oh! Dragknock29, Mark! Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. It's Scubba Mark. I still have to finish your ever so old tattoo from so long ago. Come back to Toronto, please. Oh, man. Yeah, Dragnot's got a undersea tattoo that I started probably like 15 years ago or something like that. We never finished it. It's on his leg, his lower half of his leg. I'm really sad because it was one of my favorite pieces and he moved away. Ah, whoop, whoop! Anna, so good to see you, my girl! Lots going on in the chat today. So great to see so many awesome friends. And hey, if you're watching and I don't know you in real life, doesn't mean I can't know you over here. So how about you join in the chat and let me know. Like, introduce yourself. Say hi to everybody. Everyone's here is really cool, as you can see. Oh my God! It's my bestie. I love you. Patty Pat. Patty Pat 2x4. Patrick, I love you. It's my lover. Yes, I have an actual husband, I have a wifey, and I have lovers. And I have besties, and they're all here, and you guys are all the best. I love you so much. Mwah! Oh, so awesome. There we go. Just sometimes you can see just a little bit of white really brings out some features. Oh, Mr. Squidworx just subscribed. Thank you. I love you. You know I love you even if you didn't subscribe because you're my hobby and you're the best. Thanks, Dragnok Mark. Love you. Thank you so much for stopping by and showing your support. I really, really, really appreciate it. Mwah! And sometimes my paintbrush doesn't do what I want it to do. I gotta kind of try and do a little erase. There we go. Don't forget, guys, if you like the tunes, the playlists are all uploaded to my YouTube channel, as well as previous episodes. If you missed them, I'll put it in the chat, the link. There you go. A little rainy. Alright, so let's work on, I got a little bit more done on his face. I go back and forth. I'm quite like ADD when it comes to painting. If you've been around and you haven't noticed already, I go really like all over the place when I'm painting. It's just how I work. I tend to work with, you know, a color obviously at a time and do whatever I can with that color. Kind of like when I'm tattooing, same deal. You take one color out and that's the color you're working on for a while. Yep, a little bit too much. So if it, let's say you drop too much water, too much paint, you can kind of take a tissue and just dab it to absorb the excess. There we go, get a little highlights to the buttons. And we've got some poofy pirate style sleeves, just like in Seinfeld, where he's like, I don't want to be a pirate. There we go, make his shirt real nice and poofy. A little bit more of the white to some of his curls. There we go. So I'm going to add a little bit more white now, like as I'm making it thicker. I want to work on the plumage of his hat. And I want it to stand out more. So you can see how once I start adding a thicker white, it goes from less muted white to like a true white. Patrick, thank you so much for joining in, if it was just a few. Mwah. Hope it's an easy shift at work. For those who are hanging out for the entire show, first, you're awesome. Everyone's awesome, but like anybody that wants to hang out and watch this entire thing, like, thank you. Thank you. Curious to know how this works and how if it interrupts the show or what it does, but because I am now at affiliate status, they do add ads. I can control when they are put in and the length of them, so I try to keep only 2 ads for the entire 2 to 2.5 hours and keep them at like under 30 seconds, I believe. If you've already seen an ad, can you let me know when it came up and how it works? Because I haven't seen it. I'm kind of curious. So and yes, I get a little bit of a cut for ads playing, thankfully. So there were, Mr. Squidworx, you said there was 2 15-second ads. When were they shown? Was it when you first signed on? Oh, it puts the stream on hold. Okay, interesting. Thanks for letting me know, guys. That's actually kind of cool, because I was always wondering, I'm like, are they cutting into me talking or like me doing what I'm doing? Like, people missing out on something? All right, cool. Hopefully they're not too often, because I'm pretty sure I only set it for like 2 ads for like the entire thing. So let me know. I'm curious to see how it all works. All right, so the feather's starting to look a little heavier in the white, looking nice and soft and fluffy. That's what we're going for, the ostrich feather plumage here. That's like pretty good. There we go. Okay. Highlight face a little more. Going back and forth between 2 different images. If you guys are just joining in, we've got this terrible printout of a bad quality image from the movie Yellowbeard. That's what we're working from. And then I've got on my iPad a little bit of a better quality, but it's really not great either. So I'm kind of trying to work between the 2 over there and get those meshed into the same image, basically. Just gonna have a quick little sip of my drink from my David from the Lost Boys mug that you can get on squidworxmedia.com/shop. Cheers, everyone. Cheers to those who are having an afternoon, or I guess evening now, beverage with me. subscribed too. Thank you so much. Mwah! And yes, that's what happens when you subscribe. You don't get ads. Here you go. Another good reason to subscribe. Not just to support me. You don't get ads. You get unlocked emotes. And I believe you get a few other kind of fun little quirks here and there. Oh my god! Guys, look who it is. Ripley. Up. Up. Say hi, everyone. It's the star of the show. Oh, kisses. It's Ripley. She always checks on what I'm doing after a while, and she sticks her head in my lap, and she demands the rubs, and then she gets up and gets... Can I have another hug, Ripley? Ripley? Can I have another hug? Hug? Come on. Oh, baby girl. Oh, everyone say hi to this precious puppy. Oh, it's the precious puppy. Okay, puppy. Okay, puppy. All right. Oh, she just shoves her adorable snoot under my hand, demanding rubs. So right now, I am currently unable to paint because I have something more important, which is petting my dog. Oh, Al Harrington, cheers! And don't worry, you can totally step away. Just come back. For those who have not seen from the last episode, I was showing a little bit of a slideshow of the 2 first art shows I've ever done back, I can't remember if it was like 2008, I think, something like that, where there were a Futurama fan art. That's how it all started. I won't get into the rant that I got about the whole Futurama being revived. You want to hear my rant, go to YouTube and go watch last week's. But I will show you a bit of a slideshow right now of a bunch of paintings I did and sold, and you can get a couple of the paintings for print on my website. So go check out squidworx.com/shop, and here's some of the images. Hope you guys like those. Not the greatest quality images right now because it was kind of hard to find my old pictures. But you can also go to Squidworx.com and click on the gallery there under the multimedia arts, and you can see all the images there, nice big on your screen, whatever, if it's on your phone, your tablet, or on your desktop. And I'm going to have one more promo to play for you guys. It's for my lovely friend Liz from Planet Lisdom. She does a weekly, on Thursdays at 8 o'clock, live show as well on Facebook and YouTube called Planet Lisdom, and she's been on to her 2nd season, interviewing all kinds of amazing artists from everywhere, and I was on the 9th episode, and you can go actually to my YouTube on one of the saved episodes there, and you can see that old episode with me being interviewed on there. So let's show you guys a quick little promo ad for Planet Lisdom.
Live every Thursday at 8 p.m. EDT. Only on YouTube. Tune in, turn on and take part. Because you never know just who is going to land. Right here on Planet Lisdom. 2nd season starts January 6, 2022. See you there.
There we go. Don't forget to check her out, and you can follow her as well here on Twitch. You can go to my main page, and you can click on her button on the front page of my channel, as well as Shannon, Mark Grimace, who's one of my oldest buddies, this amazing DJ that's been around for like 35 years DJing in Toronto and now Winnipeg. There's all kinds, Lucha Freddy, which is a friend of mine that is a awesome wrestler and a gamer and an actor and so on. There's all kinds of people on the page there that you can, on my main page on Twitch, that you can follow, you can subscribe to, whatever you like, and just check them out, you know, and of course, like, make friends in the channel, follow each other, add each other as friends, if you haven't already, and if you haven't already, follow me. Follow me too. That's what we're here for. Okay. So, I'm going to figure out what we're gonna do on this guy right now. I'm feeling like, I don't know if you're an artist or not, or you do anything creative, or you have, even if it's at work, and you have a certain process of doing something. Do you ever find, like, when you've worked on something for too long, you kind of almost hit a wall and you just kind of go, well, I think I need to put this down for a while. I don't want to screw it up, and I also don't want to feel like I overworked something. That's how I'm kind of feeling. Like, right now, I think I want to put this down. This is where I've gotten with her, with him, and him. I get to a point where I'm like, I kind of am happy with where it is, but also not totally finished, and I know that, but I kind of want to move on. So we're going to move on, I think, to another one of the nesting dolls. I think that would be more exciting as well than stare at the same thing over and over again. And for those who have not seen previous episodes, you can kind of see how it starts off super, super basic right over there, like just pencil line work, and then the flat colors, and then you can see how it builds into, you know, something that detailed. So I think we are going to work on El Nobiloso, which is Cheech Marin's character over here from, yes, Cheech and Chong, if any stoners out there remember that from back in the day. So we are going to have to pull up, if you bear with me, I'm going to have to find the images of El Nebuloso. Because clearly I was not prepared to do that. Alrighty, I'm just going over to, you know where you can find like some awesome images sometimes of movie stills and whatnot. IMDb.com, the Internet Movie Database. I literally have an app on my phone. It's probably one of my most used apps. If you're a movie buff like I am, it's awesome to have, because every time you're watching a movie and you're like, oh shit, I recognize that person. Where are they from? That's what happens with my husband and I when we're watching things all the time. So that's where I use that app all the time, and I find that there's a lot of awesome trivia there, and there's also the images that, like, for example, I end up using for my nesting dolls. Aha! There we go. You're the one I want. Okay. So I'm going to show you guys right now. This is what El Nebuloso looks like. Cheech Marin, exactly the way it is in the pencil drawing. Get that back up there. So he's making the exact same pose, the same face. This is actually a really good quality image, which doesn't always happen with older movies. I'm really glad, because I can get the exact details I want out of this. As I do the nesting dolls, as you can see, so here we've got more of like a torso thing going on. We've got it from the waist up, again, waist up, even a little bit further down for that. As they start to get smaller, depending on what I'm doing, and I often will tend to do more of a bust, so from like chest up. Again, chest up. That way I can get more details going on in the face. If I want a full body, it depends on the character that I'm doing. It depends also what's available for me to work with in images. But as you can see as well, I was using more of just busts as they get smaller. That way I can really work on still getting the details in the face. Even though, as you can see, like, that's almost the size of my thumbnail, like how tiny it is. And they get really, really tricky and difficult to do as they get smaller and smaller. Yeah, so, alright. And don't forget, guys, if you don't have anything in particular to say, but you just kind of want to get the chat going, and every time people are chatting continuously, that adds to my stats, of course. So just go to the send a message bar. Over on the right side, you got a little smiley face, and in there they have emotes. They're emojis, emotes, whatever you want to call them. Click on them and, you know, play around with them. There's some really funny ones there. I love, like, the cat with the sunglasses, the fish head, the parrot. Like, all of those are great. And of course, like, I love the dancing squid one because, like, you can connect all the tentacles and he's like, woo. So, yes, just like Mr. Squidworx is doing right now. With some of the people ones are a little bit on the creepy side, I find, but like he's doing right now. All right, so because I'm going to be doing the basic painting, I really don't need these crazy thin brushes. I tend to go for more like, I know this still looks pretty thin, it's tiny, but it's a bit of a wider tip on the brush. And I want a little girthier tip on the brush. And oh, I'm assuming that the first time chat viewer right now, Scooters69, is that Scott? Because if it is, mwah, welcome. So good to see you here. Another one of my awesome friends. Oh, I love this. So good to see you guys in here. Oh my god. Oh, the list is like back to getting like quite long here. I'm just going to do a really, really quick shout out to everyone in the list again. Mr. Squidworx, Ahoy Hoy Boobs, Al Harrington, another TV viewer, Caprio84, Commander Root, Cubit, Mbam Glam, Have This Too, Sips 06, can never say that, Larak Raff, Mickey, Midsoon. I don't know who you are, but hello. Muldra, Parrots Marco, Scooters, Step, and Rana. Thank you guys all for tuning in. You guys are the best. Absolutely the best. And for those just tuning in, please subscribe to my channel. You don't have to do it every single month, even 1 month if that's what you can do. If you don't feel like subscribing but you want to send a one-time tip, that is also super, super appreciated. I'm just going to put the little link in the chat for the tips of how to do that. You can also just go to the main channel, my main page on the channel, click on About, and then the tip button. The tip button will take you to what I've done was a customized page for all you guys for the tips. There's some presets, or you can put in your own, even $1, whatever. It all helps pay for all this stuff. Because what you can't see going on is like a pretty nice microphone. We got a little the spit guard thing. We've got about 1, 2, 3, 4 lights. We've got another camera and my computer and my iPad and my phone and all this shit going on just so I can make this channel for you guys to get together and watch some art happen and hang out with me, because during this pandemic it has sucked and I haven't been able to see a lot of you guys. It's also been tough with my main business, which is tattooing, with a lot of cancellations because people getting sick and whatnot. So this is why I started this. Thanks to my buddy Mark, which is Mark Grimace. I will put the link in the chat for you guys to follow him because he's an amazing DJ. He's the one that gave me the idea to do this live painting, and we're going to eventually do a crossover where I'm painting and he's DJing in the screen, and it's going to be awesome. I'm really, really excited to do that. Who knows? Maybe the next one, the one after, we'll see, but that's in the plan. So I hope you guys will tune into that one. Of course, I'll let you guys know in advance about that. Mr. Squidworx had to do a little bit of a jab at Scooters about Avril Lavigne because, like, that's Mr. Scooter's favorite artist ever. You know, like, maybe if I knew ahead of time you were going to be at a specific time here, just for you, Scooters, I would play a song of hers. I wouldn't even know which one because, like, you know my experience with that. But I hope you guys are enjoying the music so far. I really do. And don't forget, I'll send you guys the link again for my YouTube channel. You can go and watch previous episodes of the show. You can also get all of the playlists with music videos from previous shows that I put together just for you guys as per your request. I hope you guys are enjoying it. It takes a lot of time to just sort of make all this happen. This screen that you see in front of you did not happen on its own. It's taken 4 weeks of so many issues to try and get it to happen for you guys, and I hope you like it. Alrighty, so even like, for example, I have this like little new subscriber thing that's floating next to the bottom right of the corner, and it's supposed to have people's names that subscribe pop up in there, and obviously I screwed up with configuring this and the names aren't coming up, and that's another thing I have to fix. So welcome to the list of shit that I gotta fix every week. Alrighty, let's get back to painting. We're working on Cheech Marin, which is El Nebuloso from Yellowbeard from 1982, where most of the cast you would recognize from Monty Python, which is like, I'm a huge fan. So the movie itself, by John Cleese and Eric Idle, they said it was in the top of the worst movies ever made. Not just that they've made, but ever made. However, they still really enjoyed being a part of it. So it's super ridiculous. Alrighty, so I tend to start usually with flesh tones. So we're gonna grab my Rose Portrait or Portrait Pink acrylic by Pebeo. I'm gonna throw a little dab right there, nothing big, just a small amount, because as I mentioned, I hate wasting. And we're, oops, sorry for knocking the camera there for a minute. Because he's not that color, he is not that bright pink, we're going to add some other colors as well. I'm going to add some raw sienna, which is going to give him a little bit more of that tanned look, because he's got a Latin culture in his background, and they are not white like the rest of the British folk in this movie. So we're going to mix a little bit of these together. Let's just move those over here. We'll have those peek out there for you guys. There we go. Okay. That's starting to come together like a better base, because I'm going to add layers of colors, right? We're going to give highlights and lowlights and shadows and so on, and that will start to look more like, you know, a realistic face. Oh, everyone say hello to Lizdom in the chat. I already showed you guys the ad earlier. That's Lizdom. Go follow her. I can put that little blurb in our chat over here right now. There we go. And don't forget to tune into her channel, to her show at 8 o'clock tonight at Planet Lizdom. And it's also on YouTube and Facebook Live. She's also an awesome artist. Not just doing interviews, but also a fantastic artist. My pleasure. Mwah. Alright, so let's get El Nebuloso, also known as Cheech Marin, a little bit of skin tone going on. Alrighty. So, you're probably wondering, oh my god, why are you painting all over the pencil lines? How are you going to see what you're supposed to do? Don't you worry about that. It's a bizarre kind of method to my madness of where things go. I kind of leave the slightest hint of those lines in the background, and then I build from them. Alright. Look how quick and easy this part is. Oh my god. so much easier than the amount of details I do in the other ones, you know, like that or that. Liz, thank you so much for playing my ad and all the episodes. I gotta make you a new one. I gotta make you one that's a little more updated and stuff like that. I just try to catch up with a lot of things. But thank you so much for like promoting me too. Like artists need to help artists, man. This has like been a tough world during this pandemic. And that's also what I love about Liz's show, is that she's literally an artist helping other artists showcase all of their work. Like, how amazing is that? It's kind of weird and kind of cool at the same time how the pandemic brought these platforms like Twitch and Mixcloud and all those other ones that are able to do these live things, YouTube, Facebook Live, all of that, where we get to just finally, you know, do something with our skills, our talents, our arts, whatever it is, and have people that normally wouldn't get to see them have a look. And we wouldn't probably have thought of doing a lot of this stuff if it weren't for the pandemic. I'm not saying I'm grateful for the pandemic whatsoever, but it's forcing some of us to sort of figure out another way to make money, to get out there and be able to still be able to do what we love. So yes, Lizdom says we all rise together. Abso-freaking-lutely. Like, it's the only way we can survive, really. Like, we got to do this together, and that's why I'm like so grateful for everyone in this channel right now for your support, and anyone that's been here in the last 4 weeks. This is my 5th week, and for those just tuning in, I did reach the affiliate status that I have been going for, and that means you can subscribe to my channel, you can unlock a bunch of features including not getting any ads. I can make a little bit of coin from this, and like, if you can't do the you know, monthly subscriptions are not necessarily meaning that you get automatically renewed every month. You have to do that on your own. But if you can't do that and you want to send a one-time tip, donations are totally appreciated, never expected. You can just go to my page and click on the About button and a tab and go to the tip button. You can also go in the chat here. Here's some information on how to tip. You can send $1, you can send $10, you can send as a preset on my page there, $6.66 if you feel like it. Whatever you guys feel, whatever you guys can afford. That's like just so amazing of you guys. And if you can't afford it, that's okay too. You just tuning in and being here is absolutely amazing and so appreciated. Great peeps around. Even when, you know, just tuning in for like 5-10 minutes makes all the difference. So I'm going with a little bit of the lighter pink, just in some spots as where like the light sorts hit, so it tends to go from here down, so his forehead, his nose, his cheeks, everything that protrudes more, like you can kind of see at me on the screen, my giant nose or my cheekbones or whatever, like wherever the light hits, those are going to be the spots that are going to be lighter on the face of El Nebuloso. Little Shana Paul. And if you guys have a request song-wise that doesn't make me cringe, please put it in the chat, or you guys can send me messages directly or anything like that and make your request. I cannot promise they'll end up in the next playlist, but it's worth a try, right? Like, I'm always looking for more music and new stuff too, as you know, there's lots out there, but sometimes it's difficult to compile these playlists with something new every single time, and I'm hoping to have lots of shows down the road, so please do help with the input if you like. So I'm going to do a really quick break because my special guest star that appeared earlier, Ripley Mapooch, she's been doing her Chewbacca sounds, which are like, let me out, I need to go peep, or something like that. So I'm going to leave you guys with the slideshow of the nesting dolls to show you, if you haven't already seen them, all the other ones that I've worked on for the last few years. So enjoy, and I will be right back.
Mana mana, mana mana, mana mana. Mana mana, mana mana, mana mana.
Hello, sorry about that. I'm back, hello. We've got lots of people in the chat here, or rather we've got lots of people in the channel. Hi to everyone. I won't go through the whole list, other than to say hi to a couple people that just looks like they might have joined in, which is Red Fire Faye. Welcome back, hon. Nice to see you. And for anybody that, as I mentioned earlier, has not said hello in the chat, please do. Always appreciated. You can make a little emoji here and there, or emote by clicking on this next to the send a message bar. There's a little face there. You can click on that, and then you can pick from all the different emotes there and just post those instead, and that's good enough. So and if you subscribe, you get locked emotes. You can also click on there's a little like diamond button right next to the face, and that's for bits. Bits are like cheers bits. They are like in-channel little tips that you can give, help sort of the chat go together. And hi Caprio84, heart back at you. The bits are like a cheer. They're like a little mini tip. It gets the chat kind of going and a little more excitement happening. And of course, I appreciate them very much. So, all right, back to here. So I've got a really like good bass going on just with the flesh tone over here. Alright, let's go with, he's wearing a burgundy hat and sort of jacket, cape kind of thing. So I'm going to have to, I don't have an actual burgundy paint. This is where I have to start getting creative and mixing colors. So a burgundy would end up being, excuse me for a second while I reach over and grab some paints that I haven't been using. Okay, so burgundy would be like a really deep, this is a wine red, and then I would grab a, what's called a dark cobalt violet hue. I think it kind of looks, I don't know, it kind of looks purple in this light, but I could be wrong for what you guys see. Oh yes, Mr. Squidworx is mentioning in the chat. Anyone else hear these lyrics laugh out loud? This is John Lajoie. He is a Canadian from Montreal who came out with these absurd songs that are hilarious, and this is a parody song. It's not actually saying women are bad at everything. It's a total joke. He's making fun of just shitty ass men and shitty rappers or whatnot. If you look at the video totally explains it all. It's hilarious. And the song's called Show Me Your Genitals. He's also you might know him from the TV comedy called The League, if you've ever seen it or heard of it. He's Nacho is the character of him in that show. All right. So I'm gonna grab whatever I can. So this is a deep cut song that I could think that only maybe my husband will probably recognize it, as most of my friends that are into horror are not maybe in the channel, but if you're in the channel and in the chat, you tell me what this movie is from. Mr. Squidworx, don't say anything. You get bonus points, whatever that may be. Alright, so I'm going to mix these two colors. Might take me a bit to sort of get the right color. Or maybe not. You know what? I'm pretty spot on with this. Wow, okay. Alright. Wow, that worked. It's like I might have done it before. Actually, Mr. Squidworx, I don't know if anyone could cheat. I'd be surprised if you tried to Shazam the song. I would be shocked if there was any way that you could actually find it. Well, I have a feeling that no one's gonna get this, and that's okay. Super deep cut. This song is... Oh, did you Shazam it? Red Fire Faye? What is it? I'm curious to know what came up. And yes, it is called Angela's Theme, and it's from Sleepaway Camp. It's an 80s slasher, a super classic, and when I first heard the song, I was like, oh my god, this is such a great tune, so I downloaded it, and then like a few of my friends and my hubby that love the movie, they're all like, holy shit, that's a deep cut. So I have it on my permanent playlist. I love it. I love like 80s flicks, or not just 80s flicks, 80s tunes, if you haven't been able to tell so far from my playlists. So, on that note of Sleepaway Camp, one of the main actor, whatever, Felissa Rose, she is really amazing in the horror community. She does expos and all of that. She's just fantastic. And I was on my phone late at night, and I had an ad pop up for that website called Cameo, where you can get celebrities to send personalized messages to people for a certain amount. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna like check this out. Like, I know one of my good friends had it, like someone like her boyfriend did it for her birthday, and it was really freaking cool. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna go look, and I'm gonna see like in the horror section who comes up on the list. And one of the top ones was Felissa Rose. I was like, oh no, okay, like, oh no, my homie's gonna lose his shit if I do this. And I had to. Like, I had to order, like, the personalized greeting. It was for Christmas. And we have this, like, bad habit of never being able to really, like, wait till the actual, like, dates to give our gifts, because we're just ridiculous like that and have zero patience. So I tried to wait till Christmas, but I couldn't. It was close, I think. I'm pretty sure it was fairly close. And I sent it to him first thing in the morning. And I really wish I had recorded him watching it, because in the 6.5 years that I've known my husband, I've never seen him cry. Not even at our wedding day. Not even happy tears. And And I literally, as he was watching this cameo from Phyllis Rose, I see tears going down his face. That's all it took. Oh wait, it was for your birthday. Right, it was for your... Was it for your birthday? Are you sure? I think it was for Christmas. No, it was for Christmas. She had a Christmas tree on in the background, no? Mr. Squidworx is saying that it was for his birthday. I'm almost certain it was for Christmas. I'm almost certain it was for Christmas, because I think she had a Christmas tree on in the background. I'm almost certain. I am right. See? Yeah, I'm right. Oh my god, this is one of the things that I love about painting the base colors when I start these nesting dolls. It's so much easier. So much quicker. I feel like I get so much more done. It's not nearly as exciting, but I mean, for you guys probably, but at least I'm like, I feel like I'm getting somewhere as opposed to when I'm doing all the details. That takes forever. Alrighty. There we go. Oh wait, he has this kind of like weird hood hat thing going on, so I gotta do that around behind his ears. Alright. Oh, there we go. Scrape off. Sometimes I get a little bit of a paint smudge and I can just kind of take my nail and scrape it off. It's almost like an eraser. There we go. Alright. Look at that! All the base. Not all the base, but most of it. Big chunk of it. Get off my brushes. Little tip for you guys. Just a tip. Don't leave your brushes sitting in the bottom of your paint water cup or whatever. You'll end up making them bend and look like shit, and then you won't be able to use them, and you won't have nice tips. Everyone likes a nice tip. Alrighty. Okay. Whoops. Butterfingers. So he's got some a couple of like feathers coming out of the back of his hat. I can show you over here. So we got the red, and then because there's like, I guess, the sun hitting the back, it ends up going pretty like yellow and orange over there. So we're gonna, because he's also got on the top of his head around that band, some red. We'll pull out red next. Not redneck, red next. Smithy fam, I'm glad you love this song. I love Sneaker Pimps too. I used to listen to the Sneaker Pimps album, Six Underground, like over and over and over again in high school. I used to actually like fall asleep to this album. Like, I loved it. I'll probably end up playing some of like not as popular songs of theirs down the road. So okie dokie. So this is some really like bright red. Because the brush that I was using before is actually a little bit too thick, I'm gonna go back to one of the smaller ones. Really nice and tiny. Because I want to get through all these the little details and stuff you can see around here. And these like sort of dots or half circle things here are actually little like studded spikes coming out the top. don't have to remain nice and crisp and clean right now because we're just, as I mentioned before, we're doing just the basic flat colors, and I can add layers and fix everything and refine it all as I go along. So if you see me going over like pencil lines, don't have no fear, I can fix it. I know where I'm going. Glad you guys are liking the tune. Takes us old farts back in time. Right. Add a little bit of red to the burgundy and give it sort of like a base for his lips. Obviously his lips aren't that red, but like I said, we'll be adding layers to it. Looks like he's got nice big luscious lips. Red Fire Face is something you just said started my Google Home talking. What was that? Do explain. I get all those I get scared of all those little Alexas or whatever they are and all those things. I don't know, haven't you guys seen 2001 and all those movies and everything, sci-fi movies from the past, the golden age, where they're just don't trust robots in your home or they'll rebel. Okay, I need a really bright yellow, so I'm just going to reach over again and grab, I just noticed as I was doing that, I forgot to turn on my pizza sign. Gotta have a pizza sign on. No idea, just really weird to hear voices from the next room. Oh! I mean, that would be funny to know what it was that they were trying to say. Oh, and it looks like I haven't used the yellow in a little while, and it's dried up a bit in the top. Just gonna try and scoop out as I'm doing here. There you go, you get a little crusty bits. Jules76 is now following. Welcome, Jules. Thank you. And hello to you, girl! Thanks so much for tuning in! Mwah! Oh, this is so fantastic. I love seeing people come in for the first time. We've got quite a list going on in the channel. This is awesome. This has been great. So consistent every week, getting more and more people joining in. This is awesome. Don't forget to say hello in the chat for those who haven't yet, and for those who have. And I mentioned before, you're not quite sure what to say, try out an emote. The emotes can be found in the send a message bar on the right side where you have the little smiley face. Just click on that. There's a whole bunch to choose from. There you go. Red Fire Faye figured it out. Yeah, it's new emotes. And if you guys subscribe to the channel, you get even more emotes. And you'll be unlocking, hopefully by next week, I'll come up with some emotes that I've made myself for the channel. So they'll be really customized to here. No one of the other channels will have them. You guys can use them here, but only if you subscribe. And don't forget, subscribers don't have to watch any of the ads, and they get unlocked a bunch of other features. And if you can't subscribe and you just want to throw a one-time tip, that would be amazing too. I really, really appreciate, but do not expect that from anybody. If you look in the chat, you can find out the links where you can send me a tip. And, just a tip is fine. I'm okay with just a tip. Smithy fam, to answer your question, you said Please tell me you're making a Blanche emote. Blanche Feathero is my parrot, and you betcha I will be making an emote for each one of my 7 fur and feather children. So, yes, I will be doing that, absolutely. Those ones will be the easy ones to make. It's the ones where I have to digitally draw something is a lot harder to do. I'm trying to get this yellow out. It's not working. So this is where I'm going to actually end up taking the cap off and having to try and get... Ah, there we go. I just need a wee bit. I just need the little bits of the yellow. I don't need a lot. There we go. That's it. Alright, put that back there. Okay. So we had that, as I mentioned earlier, the sunlight kind of hitting the back of his feather, making it look really like bright yellow, going into an orange, which means I can just take a wee bit of the red, a wee bit of the yellow, and make myself an orange. Instead of having to go grab orange paint, I have it already there. Okay. There we go. That's looking good. Okay. Oh, yep. Same thing with acrylics. They dry really quickly when you're not using them, so that's why I say don't waste. Alright. Keep that guy there from rolling around. Oh, no, he's gonna roll around anyway. Oh, Jules and Ryskin! Thank you so much for subscribing. You guys are the best. And I am assuming with a name like Ryskin, is that you, Ryan? And if it is, oh, this is so fantastic. You're getting quite the subscriber list already for this like first month of doing this. I'm like, I'm getting so verklempt. Oh my god, guys. You guys are the best. Oh, and I missed the comment from Smithy Fam. I think you were the one saying, oh no, Mr. Squidworx. Sorry. We were talking about them making the customized emotes for the channel for the subscribers. The one of a kind Blanche screaming. Absolutely, it will be the one with Blanche screaming. Oh my god, you guys crack me up. Smithy Fam, yes, I will be doing rewards as well. So, for example, like, oh, Red Firefade, thank you for the cheer. Smithy Fam was saying that you get rewards for like 1,000 bits. We'll give Blanche a treat or pet rats. And we get hype trains or whatever, all of this stuff. Yes, 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 yes. I'm trying to build all of these features in the channel. Bear with me. These are what the plans are. I definitely will do something like for a certain amount of bits or a certain amount of channel points, you can get me to give Ripley a treat or maybe go grab the rats for a quick second so you can say hi to the rats. Or get Danny or Katya or Paul to do a little dance for you guys, you know, like, I mean, it means I might have to step away from the screen for a quick minute to go get them, but I think it would be worth it. So, yeah, if you guys put in those little rewards, I'll give you guys awards for, you know, the little channel bits and cheers and things like that. So, you give, I give, and it's like about sharing is caring, right? So... Alrighty, I'm gonna give a little white. Okay, so it looks really crazy, creepy how strong the white is here right now. It will be darkened. He just now looks super creepy. Oh, look at that. He's like, It will not look this white once we keep going. Alright. So we're already at 6:22. Obviously, like most of Most of the streams have been going for 2.5 hours, till 7 o'clock. I know it says till 6:30. I've literally only done, out of the now 5 streams, I've only done one that's only been 2 hours. The rest of them have all been 2.5 hours. It's just because, you know, time flies when you're having fun, and it seems like a lot of people get off of work and they're able to tune in a little bit later on, so I just keep going until, you know, about 7:30, and that's when I have to kind of tap out because I've got fur babies and I gotta eat and all that other stuff, right? So yeah, so I think we'll go until 7 o'clock. Why not? You know, if you guys are having fun, you guys keep going in the chat and stuff, why not? But this is quite the list right now in the chat. I just want to go through and say hi to everybody again. Before we do that, I will need to wet my whistle, have a little cheers from my David painting mug from the Lost Boys, which you can get at squidworx.com/shop. Cheers. Okay, now that I've wet my whistle, let's say a little hi to everybody in the chat. We'll go through this nice and quick. Mr. Squidworx, ahoy hoy boobs. Al Harrington, another TV viewer. Commander Root, Cubit, and Bam Glam have this too. Jules76, Caxips, 06, Larak Raff, I can never say half these names. Mickey Midsoon, Muldra, Parrots Marco, Red Fire Faye, Ryskin, Scooters, Smithy Fam, Step, and Dana. All of you are so awesome. I love you so much for joining in. This has been like really another one of those fun shows. I hope you guys are enjoying the tunes. Don't forget to go in the channel here. I'll give you guys a link to my YouTube channel. Subscribe there, see old shows, and you guys can listen and watch music videos and playlists from my previous shows because I put those together for you guys. Thanks for tuning in, Al Harrington, Mr. Gary. Thank you. Mwah. Have a wonderful night. Bye. Glad you love the song, Red Fire Faye. I love it too. Alright, so we're going to have a watered down black. We're going to do that whole layering shadows and details and stuff now. Alright, so get some eyebrows going. Probably made that a little bit darker than it needed to be in some spots. It's a funny thing, especially about men's eyebrows that don't pencil in. They're not very consistent. Oh, that's a little too dark. See, remember when I wanted to make sure everything was very watered down? Clearly that part of the black on the palette was not watered down enough. I'm pretty sure the way his beard looks, it's like a super fake glued on beard or goatee, long goatee. Scooters, thank you so much for your subscription. Mwah! Jules, I'm so glad that you need this and I'm able to provide. I know there's been, I'm going to do a little touch base on everything going on, of course, that you may know unless you're living under a rock, with Russia invading into Ukraine. My heart goes out to everybody in the Ukraine that have Ukrainian families. This is just horrific. obviously do not support Russia whatsoever. It's put a lot of weight on everybody. I mean, you've got to be cold-hearted not to give a shit at all. And therefore, a lot of people I know are having a hard time dealing with what's going on in the world. So, if this, for the 2.5 hours, can kind of pull you away from a quick moment, enjoy the tunes, find the painting relaxing, enjoying the chat, I'm hoping that this is working for you, that it's just giving you guys a little bit of peace and quiet in your mind, just for a little bit. And let me know in the chat how you're feeling, and I hope that this is helping out for you guys. Thanks for all the hearts, guys. Hearts back at you. My 80s folks might enjoy this tune as well. Jules, yeah, you working in the travel business is gonna be so difficult with COVID. I understand how you feel. Like my tattoo business is taking a hit, hence why I'm doing this. But like, I'm so sorry. I mean, this is just such a hard time for so many people, and some people aren't impacted by it and don't understand what others are going through with all of this. And I mean, if you're not impacted by COVID and everything that's been going on the last couple of years, you are so lucky. Count your blessings. You are in such a great space, and I'm really jealous, but I'm also happy for you. But there's some of us that have had a really, really hard time, and it's been a long time, so it gets really stressful, and there's only so much that a human can kind of just take on, and some days we just need that escape. Like, and you guys are also helping me with that a little bit. I gotta be a little selfish here. You guys are helping me with this escape, so thank you. Thank you for joining me here and like having us get together just for a couple hours to have fun and do something that we don't have to think too hard, right? And Jules, you need a kiss from Blanche. Here's the thing. I'm technically right now in what is known as our office / my art studio / also Blanche's bedroom. If Blanche were to actually be here and not downstairs on her aviary there, Blanche would be likely doing two things. Squawking to the point where your ears will bleed incessantly, or she'll be slamming her foraging wheel to get her treats out over and over and over and over and over again, making you go crazy that way. So I'm doing you a favor to not having Blanche Featherow, my parrot, in the room with us and being downstairs. So are you likely going to probably see her ever on the show? Probably not, unless for some reason my hubby gets home early and decides to bring her to say hello to you guys. It's probably the only really way you'll see her. But I will make the emotes of her, and then it could be like she's screaming at you in real time. Alright, where were you with us? There we go. Oh, that's a little too thick. We gotta thin out that black again. Yes, Jules. Blanche is a little bit, actually a lot of a brat. A bitch, you would say at times. but she has her like really sweet moments too. And actually, I'm gonna run real quick and grab something cool for you guys. So, Blanche, like every parrot or every bird goes through what's called a molting season. So, usually in spring and fall, however, this season, for some crazy reason, she's been molting for almost all winter on and off. What I have to share with you guys is something kind of cool. I'm going to show you first, these are her tail feathers. They're very long and they're beautiful. I'll show you two from last year. I'll show you one from last year. As you can see, this is one from last year. We've had Blanche as of February 22nd for a year. That's when we adopted her. She had a couple of homes before us that didn't treat her the best. So she has some kind of behavioral issues here and there. She's had some stressful times. And you know how you can tell that she's had these stressful times? If you look closely, right over here, see these little marks over here, and so on, and it goes up. Those are called stress marks. They are often from something that very traumatic, stressful happened to her, and also diet related, so being on a poor diet. Now, yesterday and today, she lost two of her longest tail feathers, which I hate when it happens because she looks naked until they grow back. But these are like, you'll see, I don't know if you can even see this they're so long. I'm actually holding the tips at the same spot, but you can actually see how this is last year's, this is yesterday's loss, and this one's today's loss. Now I'll put them together really close and you can see they all have about like 3/4 of an inch on each other. So the two from yesterday are beautiful, nice and smooth, maybe has like 1-2 ticks of a stress line out of the entire feather. So which shows she's had a pretty damn good life since she's been with us. Good health and good diet. And it's kind of a little fun fact about parrots that you guys just got to learn. So she's got beautiful feathers. I keep all of her feathers that molt, which some days she lose like she can lose like 30 at least that I pick up. And I have them in an old antique jar and I keep them because, you know, I'm a mother like that, and I even keep my cat's whiskers in a jar too. Yes, Blanche is actually quite big. If she was on my shoulder, she would be like that big, just her body, and then her tail would go down the length of her body as well on me. So she's actually quite big. And feathers, as Jules saying, you didn't know that about parrots. Feathers on birds, parrots, say so much about their health. If there's dark spots where they're not supposed to be, it's often due to poor diet and stress. So you can actually tell, you know, if they're eating a shitty, like, seed diet. You know, everyone thinks that parrots are supposed to be eating seeds and nuts and blah, blah, blah. No, those are like minuscule amounts for as treats because too much fat can actually cause fatty liver disease and kill a parrot. So it has to be fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, and pellets that are colored. All of these things are very important. I mean, like, if you have a pet, you want them to live the longest. You don't want $1 billion vet bills, so give them what's the best. Would you give absolute garbage to your children? So, you know, do the math. You want to pay for vet bills down the road, or you want to keep them healthy? So, and there is a vet corner. Jules, yes, you did hear that correctly. The song is from Narcos. It was made specifically for the TV show Narcos. The song was called Tuyo, and it's a beautiful song. I love it. Look up the lyrics. They're really nice. Like, if you don't speak Spanish, you can just get them translated in Google. But they're like, I love that song. I have it on my playlist all the time. So yes, you were hearing correctly. Okay, back to painting, because that's what we're supposed to be doing, and we have about 20 minutes left. So And bonus points to whoever can let me know where this song is from. What soundtrack. And my hubby has to be quiet because he knows it's not fair. Red Fire Faye, good job. It's from The Crow, one of my favorite bands of all time. This is Violent Femmes, and this is not at all like any of their normal tunes, but I think maybe partially why I like it because they can be pretty diverse. So I'm sure you guys can see so far how just a bit of like faded, thin black lines here and there really start to bring his face alive. Mr. Squidworx, I did turn off the oven when I went to go let Ripley out. I can multitask, I can cook, and do the show at the same time. However, I can't promise that the beef spare ribs aren't dried out. Which means that I can't really multitask very well. Man, I used to listen to this soundtrack like over and over and over again. Such a good soundtrack from The Crow. It's my hubby's favorite movie. I don't know if you guys can hear in the background, Blanche is actually doing her screaming for attention, bloody murder from downstairs. Because she's been down there a while by herself and she has separation anxiety just like our dog Ripley does. But sometimes, another little thing about parrots, just like dogs and whatnot, like they have to have some time alone, and it's really hard as a parent, you know, for a parent, real parent, whatever, to let whatever you're taking care of be on their own when you know that they're having a hard time doing it. But feeding into the behavior of becoming what they called a Velcro bird is not good. So it is encouraged by the bird specialists we've dealt with to give her time alone, to give her face-to-face time where she's in the same room but I'm not interacting with her directly. It was been a challenge for me because I'm like, oh, but she's calling for me, what do I do? And you know, kind of have to give her time alone, and this is her time alone. And I spend, because I work from home, I spend most of my day with my pets, so they become very demanding of me. So more bonus points to who can recognize the song that's playing right now and what movie that's from, which is one of my all-time favorites. And I'll show you guys my shitty tattoo with my left hand I gave myself on my right wrist from this movie. go. Yes, Jules, Hedwig! And this is my first ever tattoo I gave myself with my left hand. That's why it's like kind of really shitty, hard to see. It's bled out already by now. It's pretty old. But no, it's not a fucking coffee bean for assholes that ask that question. It's from Hedwig. It's the Two Faces as One from the song Origin of Love. And if you have not seen the music video, you can go on YouTube. And actually, I might even play it maybe the next episode. And then when I do my playlist, you can see it there on YouTube. Or if you don't have the patience, go look it up now. Or how about this? Go watch Hedwig if you haven't seen it, because it's like one of the greatest movies ever. Best musical. I'm obsessed. And yes, Mr. Squidworx got a copy of Hedwig and the Angry Inch on VHS for me because he's awesome. Put on my makeup. Tell me it's right. Pull my weight down from the shelf. Suddenly I'm faucet from TV. Till I wake up and I turn back to myself. Oh, Midnight Radio is also so good. I mean, I absolutely love all the songs. Jules, I didn't see Broadway. I've always wanted to. I really did. I wanted to see with Michael C. Hall, and I wanted to see even with Neil Patrick Harris. I never got a chance to. I'm so sad. But I did see the version that was on a tour that they did in Toronto at Buddies and Batons, and it was so much fun. Even just going to that one. Everybody singing along to this track specifically was like the best ever. Oh, Mickey! Oh, I am beyond mad that you've never seen this. What? Okay, we were having a movie date, you and me, because this needs to happen, and I'm beyond disappointed in you. Oof. And, oh, Ryan! Okay, so Ryan and Mickey, you guys are gonna have to get together with me, and we're gonna have to expose you to the glory that is this musical, this movie. Whew! I am, no. Unacceptable. Oi, Gewalt. Oh my god, we only have 15 minutes left, guys. Which is probably better for me because I'm starting to get really hungry and I want those ribs that are in my oven. I feel like anybody that was ever gone to any of like the downtown Toronto gothy clubs back in like the 90s or early 2000s or anything like that would totally appreciate this like kind of tracks. This makes me think of Velvet Underground. Red Fire Faye, glad you like it. So, I'll give you a little update where we are. We started really basic. If you guys remember, if you've been in the chat, or sorry, in the channel this entire time that I've been working on this part, start off really flat, basic colors, and then we start to add the layers, add some shading, some shadows, a little bit of highlights here and there, but we haven't really added too much in the way of highlights. But this starts to give a realistic look over time. Gives depth, where it makes the image not look flat anymore. And this is a process, as you can tell, if you've been hanging around for a while or for multiple episodes, that takes some time. And let's do a little bit of a recap for those that may have just been joining in. We've got Yellowbeard, which, oh my god! So I must have touched this guy with my paint at some point accidentally. I'm going to have to fix that now, because now he has ink on his forehead. See the excitement that I have to go through with these things sometimes? Oh, God. Okay. Yellowbeard, more. Oh my god, it's so annoying that I did that. We've got Betty Beard, which is Madeline Kahn. We've got Peter Cook playing Lord Lamburn. And we're working right now on Cheech Marin's character, which is El Nebuloso. So these are the nesting dolls that all sit inside each other like that. They open up. As you can see, you put them back together. And this is my 27th set that I've created since 2019. And this was like a brainstorm with Mickey and Patty Pat and my hubby all around my backyard table, just hanging out, having some drinks and a barbecue, and we were just trying to figure out more ways for me to make commissions off of my art. And this is one of the ideas that popped up, was doing these nesting dolls, and they've been my favorite thing to do for the last while. I have a little slideshow for those who have not seen it that I'll do maybe in the next 5 minutes towards the end of the show. But for now, if you have just joined in, please do subscribe to the channel. Now that I finally got affiliate status, thanks to everybody's support, you can subscribe, which subscribing means you, for a month, get unlock a bunch of features. You don't have to watch the ads that pop up every now and then, hopefully not too often for you guys. You get unlock new emotes, which I'll be adding a whole bunch of new emotes as well to the channel, hopefully next week. And you can add also bits or cheers or anything like that, which are basically like in channel, in chat, little mini tips and stuff like that here. If you don't want to subscribe for the month, that's cool. If you can afford to do like a one-time tip, you can go to paypal.me/Rashelle Squidworx, or you can go to the About tab on my channel, click on the tips button, and the tips button will take you to the customized page that I made for you guys, where you can send a tip there. I can put the information as well in the chat for you guys to make it a little bit easier. And as you can see on the screen, I've got a bunch of links up there of my website. I've got my Society 6, where you can get a bunch of my art on really, really cool merch. I do get a cut of all of those sales, so if you want to see, like, get like an iPhone case or an Android case or a table or, I don't know, bed sheets, anything like that with my art on it, you can order just about anything you can think of off of society6.com/Squidworx Media. And you can also go to my Instagram and my Facebook, which are both at Squidworx Media, and follow me there. You can get updates of when the shows, what's going on with the shows that are coming up. You can see art that I'm working on, and interact, obviously. You can also go to, we'll put that in the chat, the link for my YouTube channel, which you can subscribe to get old videos that you might have missed from Twitch over here, all the old episodes. And you can also get the playlists that I've made together for you guys as per your requests from previous shows. So thank you guys, like, for, you know, always being here for me for the last 5 weeks. Has been amazing. Anonymous donated $6.66, the tip of the devil. Thank you, Anonymous. Mwah, whoever it is. Thank you so much. Your tips are what pays for my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights, my microphone and the accessories with that, my cams, my computer, my iPad, my phone, all of the things that you're not quite seeing in the foreground that are making this channel go. Plus my paints, my paintbrushes, all the supplies and everything. So All the subscriptions, all the tips, the bits, the cheers, everything helps to keep this going, and I can't thank you guys enough. So I'm just going to quickly show you guys the slideshow of a couple of things. So I'm going to show you the slideshow with the old nesting dolls that I've done, the last 26 of them, and then after that I'm going to show you the, as today's feature on the show is the horror artwork, the fan art that I've done previously a couple years back on my last show. And you can get a lot of those prints, the original art and everything on my website at squidworx.com/shop or on Society 6 as well, and a whole bunch of merch. So here is my slideshow.
Phenomena. Phenomena. Phenomena.
I hope you guys enjoyed that. So yeah, a lot of the art that you see, you guys can get prints of, original art. There's a few of them maybe still available. You'll find them on my website. And if you can't get the original art, you can get prints, you can get everything from Society 6 covered with that stuff. And if there's ever a commission you guys want, you want something in particular, be it a pet portrait, a portrait of a loved one, a favorite movie, or a character, whatever it may be, like, hit me up. I can do them with oil paints, with acrylics, mixed medium. I can do wood burning. I can do all kinds of stuff. I've even done sculpture, which I can show you guys. Here's a little tearjerker for you. Can anyone guess what this is? That I made out of a plastic toy horse I found at Value Village with plaster and paint. Let me know in the comments who you think that is. And if you get it right, they'll probably give you all of the feels, because that's what I do. Oh, hashtag too soon. Well, we're coming down to the last 4 minutes here, and Mickey, that's that dead horse. Oh, yeah, that's the process from the movie with the dead horse. Oh, you're good. Yes, Jules, you're right. It's from the Never-Ending Story. That's Artax. Poor thing when it dies in the swamp of sadness because I'm evil like that. I made one. And it's there if anybody ever wishes to purchase it. I've never thought of a price, as I meant to have it for a fan expo that would be coming up if it didn't happen, if the pandemic didn't happen, but it did, so I had to cancel that. But yeah, so these are the nesting dolls. We'll give it another little preview of where we've been. Today we worked on mostly finishing up a lot of the details on Lord Lamburn over here, which is Peter Cook. And then the El Nebuloso we started, which is Cheech Marin. We've got, in a short period of time, a decent amount of work going on here. But there's still lots and lots to do. So the next episode we'll work on hopefully maybe finishing him, because obviously the smaller these get, the less time it takes to make them. And then we will have, after that, Tommy Chong, which is... Oh, sorry, Tommy Chong is El Nebuloso. And Cheech Marin, I've been saying this whole time, is El Segundo. My bad. Not that most of you probably knew that anyways, if I corrected or not, but, you know. So we are pretty much, I'm going to say, at the end of our show. I'm at the end of the playlist, as you can hear, and I can't thank you guys enough every time for joining in, for participating in any kind of way possible, even if you can just tune in for like, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes, whatever, pop into the chat, say hello. If you're able to send a tip, tips are always appreciated. Subscriptions are even more awesome because you guys get some more stuff out of it too. And I can't wait for next week to see you guys again. If you have any requests for anything in particular music-wise, I can try and get that in if it fits. If not, please don't be offended. I also, if you down the road want to commission me for something and you're not in a rush for it, maybe it'll be featured creating it here. I plan to maybe in the next few weeks work on Pat's one of my lovers, when I say lovers, he's commissioned me to do, I have this awesome maple wood piece here, and I'm going to be making a garden sign with a little sassy saying on it, as a wood burning, and I'll do that on the show as well, and then you guys can kind of see the process for that. So, saying goodnight to you all. It's almost 7 o'clock. Go have a drink or not, chill, have your dinner. If you haven't had your dinner yet, go relax with your loved ones or with a good TV show, whatever it is you do in your evenings to wind down. Thanks for joining, and have yourselves the best evening and the rest of your week. See you next time, guys. Mwah!